70th week is a prophecy found in the book of Daniel, specifically in Daniel 9 verses 24 to 27. It is part of a larger prophecy known as the 70 weeks prophecy, which outlines a timeline for the coming of the Messiah and significant events related to the end times. The interpretation of this prophecy varies among different theological perspectives, but I'll provide a general overview. The 70 weeks prophecy. The prophecy is given by the angel Gabriel to Daniel and is divided into 70 weeks of years, which means that each week represents 7 years. Therefore, 70 weeks correspond to 490 years. The prophecy is outlined as follows. 70 weeks, 490 years. The entire period of 70 weeks is decreed for the Jewish people and Jerusalem to accomplish 6 goals. To finish the transgression. To make an end of sins. To make reconciliation for iniquity. To bring in everlasting righteousness. To seal up vision and prophecy. To anoint the most holy. Breakdown of the 70 weeks. 7 weeks, 49 years. The first segment of the 70 weeks. It is often interpreted as the time from the decree to rebuild Jerusalem to the completion of the rebuilding. 62 weeks, 434 years. The next segment follows immediately after the 7 weeks. This period leads up to the arrival of the Anointed One, often understood as the Messiah. The final week, 7 years. The 70th week, divided into 2 halves, 3.5 years each. This week is often seen as a period of tribulation and significant end-time events. The 70th week. The final week is particularly significant and is described in Daniel 9 verse 27. The covenant, a ruler will make a covenant with many for 1 week, 7 years. The abomination of desolation, in the middle of the week, after 3.5 years, the ruler will cause sacrifices and offerings to cease and set up an abomination that causes desolation in the temple. Interpretations. Different theological perspectives offer varying interpretations of the 70th week. Futurist view. The 70th week is seen as a future period of 7 years, often referred to as the Tribulation. The ruler is interpreted as the Antichrist, who will make a peace treaty with Israel and later break it, leading to the Great Tribulation. Historicist view. The prophecy is viewed as unfolding throughout history. The 70th week could be seen as symbolic of longer historical periods. Preterist view. The prophecy is believed to have been fulfilled in the 1st century, particularly with events surrounding the destruction of Jerusalem in AD 70. Idealist view. The prophecy is symbolic of the ongoing struggle between good and evil, rather than a specific chronological timeline. Key points of contention. Identity of the Anointed One. Many Christians interpret the Anointed One as Jesus Christ, while some Jewish interpretations see it as a historical figure like Cyrus or another anointed leader. The ruler, identification of this figure varies widely, from Antiochus for Epiphanes to the Antichrist or other historical or future figures. The abomination of desolation. This event is often linked to either historical events, such as Antiochus for or the destruction of the Second Temple, or future events in Christian eschatology. Summary. Daniel's 70th week is a complex and debated prophecy with significant implications for both Jewish and Christian eschatology. Its interpretation can vary widely depending on theological perspective, but it generally involves a 7-year period marked by a covenant and significant end-time events.